Hi guys, and today we are doing something called ESPN Junior. Well, we're going to talk about today Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Cardinals. He just came back and he got 30.62 points on fantasy football. Well, I know that because I was playing football fantasy with my dad. So, we are having a pretty good year in fantasy, but let's keep talking about Kyler Murray. So he just got back off the injured reserve list, and he just started off with a great game. He threw like 2 or 3 touchdown passes, probably 4 or 5, because of how much points he got. And I think he ran about 3 or 4 runs. I'm just estimating because I didn't see his actual score, but I bet he threw about 10 receptions, ran about 3 rushes, about 10 yards per rush, and then I think he probably also scored about 3 or 4 touchdowns. I didn't see the game score either, so I don't know, but we are going to show you, I'm going to talk about some highlights of the Raiders watching the game. So the Raiders have had an okay year this year. They're 6-6, and they're doing okay. The Washington football team is climbing up. I don't think it's got to the top 5 seeds of the NFC, but it's I think pretty close. Might be like the 8th. It's I think 7. They're 7-5 or something, I think, because, I think they're 7-5. So, now I'm going to just talk about, like, the score of the game. So, the Washington football team won 17-15. I'm a Raiders fan, so I am sad, but I'm just going to talk about Derek Carr that game. He threw a couple really good passes. He threw a pass to, I think, Hunter Renfrow. That was, I think, a 20-yard pass. It was like he threw the ball and then he ran sideways right-left route that he got tackled there. I think Hunter Renfrow got about 4 or 5 receptions, but he got a lot of I think he got actually like 8 receptions, and his average was like 20 yards on each one. So he got like so much points. And then he also, not just that, he got the points for his receptions. That's a 1. And he got points for how long he ran. The team who I was playing against in fantasy football had Teddy Bridgewater, who was playing for the Broncos in the Broncos-Chiefs game. He scored, I think, 11.92 points. Our quarterback, Tom Brady, scored 28.92 points, I think, too. And our running back, Joe Mixon, scored 9.8 with, I think, 1 TD, a fumble, and a couple rushes. And then Tyler Lockett scored 19.8 points. Travis Kelce, I think, scored 5.4 points. 5.7. And then one of our other players, Justin Tucker scored, I think, 7 or maybe 10 points. And our defense, Bill's defense, I haven't checked that yet because because my dad's not awake yet. He just has the fantasy football app. So I'm going to check the Bills defense. And the other team had Jacoby Myers, who is a player from the Patriots. I don't think he had the biggest game. I think he got about 5 points maybe. That's just my estimate because I didn't see him on the highlights. So he probably caught a couple passes because I saw the highlights. I'm not sure if he caught that one-hand pass. I didn't see it. And now, guys, we're going to talk about that one-hand pass. And we're going to talk about the Patriots, how they almost broke history. They had one of the second least amount of passes and pass throws in one game. And he got 3 passes. One of those passes was so high that it was so hard to catch. He leaped up, caught it with one hand, juggled it down, and then caught it. It was a crazy catch. And then I think one of the other catches was a bullet pass left, maybe? He threw a right pass to the left side, and maybe, I think it was a sideline catch, or that might have been the Bills. And then I don't remember the other pass. It was probably incomplete because I don't usually throw 3 straight passes. And then the running back, Harris, had a great game. He ran, I think, one huge 70-yard touchdown, and then he ran a couple far routes. Now I think about it, the sideline catch was on the right, and it was the Patriots. So that was a really great catch because he caught it right and somehow got his feet in like this. Then now I'm going to tell you some highlights about the Seahawks against the 49ers game. So I have told you that Tyler Lockett got a 19.8 game. Then now I'm going to say that Seahawks had a great game. I think winning 30-23. Seahawks scored a touchdown at the end, and it was amazing. Then after I talk about the Seahawks game, I'm going to talk about the Vikings game. So Seahawks were playing amazing in that game. They scored, I think, a couple touchdowns. I think Lockett scored 1 or 2, probably 1. Then I think DK Metcalf scored 1 touchdown. I think he got 2 incomplete passes. 2 attempted to go to him. And I don't really know much of that game except that George Kittle had an amazing game. He had, I think, 35 points or something. He had a crazy game. He had 30 points. And he just had a really good game. He, I think, scored 3 touchdowns and 10 receptions for 30 yards on each reception. It was something crazy like that. And then he got 35 points. It was crazy. Now, the other thing that was crazy, now we're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. This game was crazy. The Lions were seeking their first win. They were, I think, 10-1 in the start of this game. And Minnesota was maybe 3-7. I think they were actually higher up. Then Jared Goff had a pretty good game. It all came down to the end of the game. They threw an amazing pass to St. Brown in the end zone. It was crazy. He got tackled right after he caught it. And then Jared Goff just ran straight to his coach and hugged him. It was a crazy, amazing game. I didn't watch that game because that was not the game that was on. The game that I watched, I think, was I watched golf too. So we're going to talk about now golf. Victor Hovland. He won the Hero Word Challenge. That was, I think he won by 2 strokes, maybe 1. Morikawa, +5 round. Or maybe +4 round. It was crazy. Morikawa was probably going to win that championship if he just got -2, because then he would be at -20. And I'm not sure if Victor Hovland would get the motivation to win that championship. It was an amazing Hero World Championship. And I saw Victor Hovland. He was, I think, down. He was 8th. Not too much down, but he was, I think it was in the top 10 the whole time, but he was 8th. Then the last round, he had -4 up. Then he got to -18. Then he just had even the whole round. And then he got a birdie on the second to last hole. And then he just I think he actually bogeyed on the last hole. That I was and Victor Hovland is my favorite golfer. So I was what? Because I was is he going to miss this par putt and then miss the bogey putt? But he missed the par putt. I was no. But then he sank the bogey putt and I was yes. And I think the person, Scotty Scheffler, was at -17 in the clubhouse already, right behind him. And then Colin Morikawa and Brooks Koepka were 1 hole behind. they teed off when Victor was ending. So Victor ended at minus 19. Colin and Brooks was at minus 11. Colin was at minus 14. Colin, I think, bogeyed the last hole or maybe parred the last hole. And it was really cool because coming into that round, we all thought that Colin Morikawa would win that one. He was leading by 4 strokes. And the same thing happened with Colin Morikawa in the second round or first round. Second round that happened to Victor Hovland. He just got boosted up somehow and then came to the lead somehow. He came out of nowhere. That same thing happened to Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland was having a really good round, and at the last hole, I was like, "Is he gonna win this?" My dad is a Victor Hovland fan too, and he was like, and then he hit his tee shot right down the middle, and then he hit that shot straight into the I think side rough of the green. He had that easy chip that he got 10 feet past, and then he made his putt. He actually missed his first putt. That was really funny. And then he made his second putt. That was the bogey putt to end the round. But we knew that he won the round when he made that bogey putt because Colin Morikawa was at his second shot and he was at minus 14. He was at minus 17. He would have to make the fairway shot. So when Colin Morikawa and Brooks when Colin Morikawa hit his fairway shot, and if it didn't if it didn't go in, Victor Hovland won because Victor Hovland was at minus 18 actually, so he was plus 4. So and that was a par 5 the last hole. So it was a par 4, yeah. So he had to probably sink his second shot. I think it was actually he had to make his tee shot to win, and then Brooks Koepka was just out because he was losing by 8 at the start of the hole because Victor Hovland was at the end of the hole. He was only winning by Victor Hovland was only winning by 7. So that was crazy golf. Now we're going to talk about Giannis. He had a crazy game. He did one amazing dunk right over the Cavs player. It was he reached the Cavs player was here, and he just did robot dunk right in. It was crazy, and he had a great game. I think he had 70 points, 12 rebounds, and 15 rebounds and 12 assists. It was an amazing game. Now we're going to talk about the near matchup of Steph Curry and Joel Embiid. There's going to be Sixers-Warriors. That game is going to be huge. We're going to really hope that it's going to be a close game because I bet that the Warriors are going to win because Steph Curry has been on the past games. He's gone, I think, 5 threes per game and then 3 twos. He has a crazy game each game every time. Now, Steph Curry is going to go against his brother Seth Curry. It's going to be a brother-brother matchup. It's going to be awesome because I'm going to be tuning in for that game, and it's going to just be so fun to watch the brothers play against each other. Wait, do you know what would be the most fun to see? Steph Curry jump straight up on Seth Curry and dunk right on top of him and have a top 5 on the top 10 finishes. It would be just amazing if it happened. So guys, we're gonna conclude up ESPN Junior today. I hope you liked it. Be sure to tune in for ESPN Junior every Tuesday and Thursday. And I hope you like ESPN Junior. See you later.